Hey y'all, we're gonna give it time for people to come in. I am gonna be doing the collective readings for each zodiac sign, starting with Taurus, because we have the new moon in Taurus on May 7. I can't recall at what time. I didn't check out what time. So you're gonna have to check that out based on your time zone. But pretty much May 7, we're gonna have the sun, the moon, we have Venus, we have Jupiter. Hello, the Venus shift. Yes. Okay, y'all, I'm having a moment. Let me take a sip of water. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna start with Taurus. So I highly recommend, whether that is your zodiac sign or not, that you pay attention and you listen, because this new moon is happening in the sign of Taurus, which is why we're starting there, right? It's one of my favorite coconut waters. No sugar added, just pure coconut water, and you can actually taste the difference. Anyways, I am also going to pull an animal oracle deck and an animal oracle card and a crystal oracle card. This energy is really good. A lot of magnetism, a lot of earth magic, right? Taurus is ruled by the earth element. It is an earth element sign, but it is ruled by the planets of Venus, the goddess of love, of luxury, of values, of money, right? And we have Jupiter in the mix there also, and Jupiter loves to bring in abundance, prosperity. In the bottom of the deck we have the Sun card, right? So a lot of love, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy. But let's get into it. I already pre-shuffled the deck. Hello, Connie. Hello. Long time no see. Please remember to share the live. So we're going to get started with the collective for Taurus. And please put down your zodiac sign as well, as I'll be getting to each sign. I don't have a clock by me. Can you let me know? All right, 103. Cool. I want to try to keep them within a good time frame so I could get to each zodiac sign perfectly fine. Okay, so Taurus. I feel a major shift happening with you in the collective here. Like, if you were going through any hardships or any quote unquote obstacles, I feel like you have now stepped into a new realm, into a new plateau in which you're really going to be the go-to person, where people are, they see your elevation, they see this shift, this change in you. You're gonna be glowing, you're gonna be really magnetically attracting that which you desire. So I'm hearing it's like one of those wishes, wish fulfillment type energy, right? And so a lot of you are getting what it is that y'all had asked for. A lot of tangible shifts. Also, there's going to be, and that makes sense too, right? Taurus is ruled by Venus, and we have her, you know, really looking at the beauty within oneself. So during these times of transformation, a lot of you may have felt like, you know, you're coming out from the gutter, from the mud, you know, from the dark night of the soul into a space of like really finally feeling good and looking good, and your appearance is going to your appearance is really going to be playing out. So I see your Libra, which is the sister sign in a sense, right? Because it's ruled by Venus also, although the sister sign is Scorpio. So Venus is in the 8th house as well, which makes sense that I'm feeling this transformation energy happening, because with Venus being in the 8th house and Pluto going retrograde again right now, as of today until October 11, this energy is really saying it's gonna have you reevaluating where you had been spending your time, spending your energies, and especially your fears. Like, I feel like there's a lot of you here where, like, you may have a major shift either in location or career or something like that, because you've reached your plateau in that area of where you once were evolving at, and like you outgrew the space. Hello, divine sister. I'm using the deck you gave me. I'm gonna use it. I haven't pulled out yet. I just started. So shout out to Gina J. If y'all haven't already, add her, please do. She is a beautiful divine soul, straight from the heart, straight from source. Truthfully, it's so hard for me to find words to embody her energy, because she's just pure love. She's pure love, and love is indescribable. Love is unconditional in a sense. And so, as an embodiment of love, I know how it can sometimes be difficult to have to explain that to others. But I'm just so grateful. So, and maybe this needed to happen, right? Me interjecting it and giving her a shout out, because again, the new moon is in Taurus, which is ruled by the goddess of love, and we have Jupiter there, and this can be an anointing of you know, cosmic love coming into your life, or elevation of love. You know, we were talking about outgrowing, so maybe you outgrew certain relationships with friends, or certain you know, I mentioned career, right? So maybe outgrowing that space to be really in alignment with your life's purpose. And a lot of speaking from the heart. I'm hearing, you know, speak your heart, don't bite your tongue. A lot of reconciliation happening because of, I guess, the Pluto retrograde of certain other relationships. I'm also hearing, okay, thank you. I'm also hearing that there's a lot of forgiveness that's going to happen during this period. But just because you forgive doesn't mean you have to give them access back to you, like access granted back to you. It's more so forgiveness for your growth, forgiveness for your peace, for your sanity, for your strength and deeper connection with love is really what I'm getting. So I know I'm kind of like going in. So that's just overall collective. Let's see what the cards have to say with this new moon in Taurus. Hello, Sage. I love all his names. Yes. Yeah, see? We have the Seven of Pentacles and the World card here. One more card. Oh, okay, I guess 2 more cards. Let's see what came out here. I felt that. Ooh, baby. You are never alone. Even in times when it feels difficult, even in times when it feels hard. There was a lot of situations that were happening around you that led you to overthinking, and led you to really, remember I was talking about like dark night of the soul in a sense, where you were really going through the valley of death, and you didn't go with fear though. You had a lot of faith, you stood to your faith, but your mentalism, your mental body was kind of feeling exhausted in a way. And there was a sense of dissatisfaction is what I'm feeling. And I feel like, again, it was because you were outgrowing your space. And there were fears that was like, okay, that was the only fear, was about moving on, because you were used to your environment. Perhaps your environment was your comfort zone, right? You were stuck in your comfort zone here. And it was almost like your fantasies in stretching out and going to the other side, or traveling into this new space, was becoming more realistic day by day, and your thoughts on it was becoming stronger. But you also had this like internal battle with yourself of, you know, is this where I'm supposed to go, or do I keep watering what's in front of me? Because you also have here the 7 of Pentacles here, and there's a sense of, there was a dissatisfaction here, and I kind of feel like this is past energy. Like this is the energy you were just coming out of. This is like, you know, you're watering your fruits, you're seeing how like some of it manifested, but there was still a sense of you cheating yourself. It was almost like you knew that there's more, and you felt it. And your guides kept like sending people or sending circumstances and situations to kind of like put you to pause and really look at what's in your environment, and put you in a space with opportunities to move forward. It's very interesting because one of the messages I got, I have a snake plant, and it's already reaching like the ceiling. It's so like, it's reached the ceiling to the point where like it's bending a little bit. And I was like literally saying, I gotta move you out from there. Like you've outgrown that spot. And I really feel like this is what it is. Like, you know that you've outgrown your environment, and so it's still a fertile environment, but it's not enough for what it's not. Let me say it like this. Thank you, because I was trying to find the words. It's just enough for all your needs to be provided for, but Spirit wants to give you more. And you are being pushed, or you have been pushed, to see that in your environment of how much it is serving you, but how much more is available to you, and the opportunities that you have for the mission. Your energetic body is stretching, is bigger. That's why the World card here. That life which you once knew is shifting. It's coming to an end, because you come to a space of liberating yourself from the what ifs, and just saying, you know what, I may not know how it's gonna happen. I may not know if it's gonna work out for me. I just know this is where I have to go, and this is where I'm being pulled to, and you're trusting that process. And your guides and your team are supporting you in your foundation in that. And there's this by trusting yourself here, like there may have been some sadness here. There may have been some people you had to let go here. But it's their turn to water. It's their turn to water their own seeds. It's their turn to water the garden. It's their turn to tilt the soil. It's their turn to learn how to nurture and maintain. It was almost as if you were there, and it felt like an energetic exchange of like student teacher, but you were learning a lot from the people around you, but you ended up elevating past what they can teach you. And so now you're being called to help guide others, right? So that mission is complete. That the area in which you was at is complete, whether that's work or a relationship. I spoke about forgiveness here, right? And I really, again, there's that walking away. The 8 of Cups, that dissatisfaction, it's clear as day here. There was a lot of ego that was at play here, that you're learning to forgive yourself is really what I'm getting. And that's what Spirit said, that, right? Even if you forgive others, it's for you. It's forgiving them so that you can allow yourself to move on and be open. Let's just say if this is love, right? This is like you having an experience with somebody who you absolutely love and adore, and you really wanted to get to that 10 of Cups with them, but you kept getting stuck at just the 8 of Cups. You kept getting stuck at just the 7 of Pentacles, and you're watering it, and you're like, okay, like, I'm literally using all the water that I have available to me to water this situation, And it's like your higher self is like, baby, here, let's go. Let's just water our own cup right now, because you're complete. This was a mission that needed to happen so that you can learn from the experience and take what you learned from that experience so that you can you know, expand in the world. Taurus, I don't know if y'all were having some hard times. The main energy is the World card here, and that does make sense. Because of the collective energy it's around you. What animal spirit here? So the animal spirit is the embodiment or something to help you with the lesson, or a spirit guide. For some of you it can be a totem, but it's really the spirit guide within you. So it's not necessarily that you have to see this animal, but it's more so embodying the energy and the wisdom of this animal. One more time. Oh, I love that. It's almost like two cards wanted to come out, so I'm gonna take that because I like that. You have the elephant. And what this is telling me here with the elephant card is that your path and your ways are open, right? You may have felt stuck before, but there's a clearing. Obstacles are removed. It's time for you to allow yourself to go into this new realm. And I feel like you're going in at a pace that's really you're pacing yourself. It's not too slow, but it's not really quick and fast. The separation part, the leaving from one, that is the ending. That's happening faster, sooner rather than later, is what I'm hearing. So if it doesn't happen like today when you're watching this, I really do believe that by the time May 7 comes and this new moon comes, there's gonna be so much clarity and so much that has transpired from now to then, that you are going to find yourself walking through this new door and you're like, you know what? Why am I going to stay in this place that they don't even know how to feed my flame? And you have the light within you. You've been feeding the flame. Hello, Mitch. Hey, Mama. Day 17 from recovery from the kidney transplant. I love you. God bless you. Any vision on the recovery? I'm not doing personals right now, but with everything that's coming on with this hardships, I know that you're gonna just be patient, trust the process. You know, that in itself is a blessing in disguise. And you know, this could also be that there is that need. See, with the elephant is wise, right? The elephant has one of the strongest scents, and the nose, right? The scent. And if you think about it, the root chakra is connected to our sense of smell. And so the more grounded you are, if you're having a difficult time grounding, maybe you're staying planted or you can't move around too much, just breathing into your body, right? If that's not working, I would say get like coffee grinds, right? Coffee grounds, and just sniff the coffee. Or even get roses. Roses are by far one of the most highest vibrational flower that the earth can have. And talking about Taurus energy, right? It is earth magic, right? It is the flowers. It's waking up and smelling the flowers and how healing roses can be. Roses help balance out your psychological, mental your hormones in your brain, right? So you're probably feeling overwhelmed. You're probably feeling like, you know, God, help me get through this, right? Your spirit guides are like, I'm here with you. It's a mental thing right now more than a physical thing, but about pain and body, your pain body. But this is also part of that death transformation that happened, right? The second card that came out was the golden egg. So you're literally birthing, some of you, this is what I'm going to say, and it's also the new moon there, right? A lot of you were feeling the labor contractions of new earth. A lot of you were feeling the labor contractions of a new world, of this new beginning. And when a woman is going through labor, her body changes forever. It never stays the same. And so you know, whether it's through a physical change, like a surgery, like you mentioned, your body's never gonna be the same, right? But you can find liberation in this change and loving your new body. And some of you, you're about to get ready to fly. You're either just hatching out of the egg. Some of you are still incubating. And some of you have cracked open through the egg and y'all gave birth to yourself into this liberated self. With the World card, she's so free. She's so liberated. Right? And I'm saying she because in the card, but she, he, whoever you are. Thank you. Extending healing prayers. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stick to the yes, I'm not used to staying still and I'm being patient. Yeah, I really feel, yes, exactly, in springtime, right? Into the new season. Elephants also have, you know, a great memory as well. They tend to remember things pretty fast. And our body, this is what I'm feeling with this card too, is that maybe some of y'all were feeling like physical pain because your body was remembering old traumas, whether it was from this lifetime or past lifetimes, and you were having to navigate through those changes into this new body, into this new version of yourself, and release that, right? Forgive yourself, forgive those old traumas, and really, because it's easier to forgive others than it is to forgive ourselves. And sometimes we're subconsciously hard on ourselves, like, you know, rather than being grateful that we still have legs that are able to function, you know, or, you know, receiving a new kidney. You waited years and years and years, right, to receive this kidney. And no matter how much mental preparation you could have done, nothing could have truly prepared you for that moment until you were in that experience, right? And I feel like this is what this message is saying, that you could have been learning a lesson, right, from a loved one, a lover, or a career that was like really teaching you, and you feel mentally prepared. But not until you had to go into this new version of yourself did you realize, wait a minute, I have to start all over again. I don't know what this version of me looks like. I don't know, you know, I feel in between, right? I know the old version of me and I know what that looks like, but I also know that I don't feel the same of that version no more. My body is not the same. So you gotta nurture yourself as a mother nurtures, right? Be a mother to yourself as well. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now, is like a lot of nurturing energy being poured in here. about crystal energy to complement this energy here. And I know it seems really tough here. I know I mentioned about like some of y'all could have hurt your feet or something like that, but I really feel like this month you're really gonna be moving forward, where like April may have been really hard on you, but there's this like new beginning where there's just so much catering and love. Like there was a need to stay still. There was a need because you needed to evaluate your surroundings. You really needed to evaluate your thought processes, right? Like I'm feeling somebody here who like maybe this is surrounded by career, right? And I feel like this could apply to you too, Michelle, right? Even though this is not your zodiac sign, like collective energy. I feel like this person was having difficulties. No, they were having a lot of negative mindsets, right? Negative ways of thinking, but they also had the awareness of that they were thinking negative, and they were wanting to move forward, right? From that, they were trying to find positive words of affirmations, but they didn't believe it. Logically, it was making sense for them to do this, but physically their body was in pain, or their body was going through this change, right? And they needed to be still, to be in incubation, right? Like a baby in the womb. You needed to incubate. You needed to be still. The Eight of Cups is also the card of the womb for me. So with her walking out, I also feel like that's part of the delivery, right? Going from the womb space into the real world, right? Into the world here. A lot of womb healing happening here too. A lot of clearing for the divine feminine here from like disappointments. A lot of like where you thought your ships weren't gonna sail in. It is like there's gonna be gratitude is the attitude to be had, right? What is the crystal card here? Oh, I don't know if that card is going to come out. I am seeing a lot of green one, but I was getting like Moldavite might be something. That's a real Moldavite is pretty expensive and it's pretty intense to work with. It is with the heart here. I said a green crystal, right? I felt green crystal. So we have Cristosal. I'm not sure if I'm saying it. And it says animals here. And I was talking about animal, the animals energy here. So embodying the animal spirit of the elephant here to overcome these obstacles. I also feel that perhaps some of you will be getting an emotional support animal, or you're going to be getting a new animal into the home. Maybe there's an animal that's supporting you on your mission that's going to bring you happiness, or you get an animal to you. Maybe, watch out for animals and their behaviors. You're going to see a lot more animals being active during this spring season as well. And it's also to say, like, not be in your animalistic mindset, but you can learn a lot from animals, right? Like, elephants, they when they're incubating, I mean, they have they're mammals that they stay pregnant for longer. How many months is it? I'm not sure if it's like 13 or 18 months or something like that. Like, they stay pregnant for longer than 9-10 months. And it's a big bang when an elephant is born, right? What I'm hearing with that is that your energy and your heart space, you have such a beautiful heart. This is the crystal for some of you who's interested in it. I would just take a few deep breaths here, just breathing in through your nose, gazing at the crystal's energy, feeling the energy, exhaling. Recognize where you're feeling that energy at in your body at this time. Recognize if it resonates with you or not. just connecting with this crystal. We all have thousands of crystals in our body, so you may or may not have to physically get this crystal, but it could just be just channeling the color green, maybe wearing more green, working with the heart chakra. And what's funny enough is that I have a white candle burning, but I did take out a green candle as well. So a lot of heart chakra activations going on here. But back to the animal, right? And with the elephant here. The expansion. Okay, I mentioned about your aura or your energy getting bigger. Feel the energy, feel your heart space. I feel like a lot of y'all Merkabas, y'all are riding y'all Merkabas a lot more consciously now, whether it's in the dream realm or through meditation. Or you're going to have a Merkaba activation here. You're going to learn about the Merkaba. Yeah, this person, there's mountains there, right? In the background, and you see how like they're light and shadow. The obstacles are lifted. There is forward movement. For some of you, you have a strong connection with Ganesha, the Hindu deity. So doing his mantra is gonna find you at a place of peace. What were you gonna say about the animals? Give me a moment, y'all. About feeling it through. Yeah, I am getting the number 144, which is a number I see a lot. Yeah, I might be seeing that number a lot. The Lover's card here. And the Devil's counterpart in the bottom. Right? Integration of your light and shadow. The Devil card, it reminds me, it's like the same, it's like the Lover's card in the sense too, just as like the choices that one makes, right? Being at peace with the choice that you make, because sometimes, you know, we get into a space where our pain body or our ego makes us overthink certain experiences, and we kind of want to stay with Pluto in retrograde. It's like you almost want to stay back in the past, but you've outgrown that. You couldn't stay there even if you wanted to. You were bound to, or not bound, but there was a shift. There's a shift that needed to occur in your physical realm that aligns with your soul's purpose here. As you heal yourself, you learn to heal others around you. You may have been so busy trying to heal everyone around you that you didn't even know how to take time to really work on yourself, heal yourself. That was a form of a distraction. And now it's like all the tools that you have ready and available to you for other people, you have to utilize that for yourself and show it to yourself. And like now you're gonna be in a space of like coming out of that and like, yo, like I'm a lotus flower in my bloom. All right, I don't want to get too stuck in this energy. I kind of feel like it's Let me get one more closing final advice. I'm going to pull it from this card here. From the Mystical Wisdom. What is the final advice, closing card energy for Taurus here? Children. Know that your children are protected. And in the bottom of the deck, opportunity knocks. Go for it. I said that in the very fucking beginning of this shit, right? It's like you're coming into a space where like new opportunities are coming to you. Y'all better like snatch that shit. It's yours. Like, for some of you, this is like finding out that like you're pregnant and having like a deep healing, changing experience when it comes down to children here. And know that your children are protected. Some of you, if you had children who had transcended, maybe you had a miscarriage or an abortion or something like that, that child spirit is with you, helping guide you through this next round, this next part of your journey is kind of what I'm feeling. For some of you, I do feel like a lot of your soul's purpose is protecting the children. This is also like tapping into the inner child and allowing your heart and your imagination to kind of like push you forward during the hard times, right? I don't want to sound like that delusional type of person to be like, oh, fake it till you make it type thing, because there's something about you. You needed to stop faking the funk, and you needed to be real with where you were at in your journey, and knowing that there was a dissatisfaction, knowing that there was an uncomfortability, knowing that you kept yourself in a cycle of negative thinkings because of the energies around you, and you just wanted to liberate yourself from there. So nurturing yourself like a child. But in seeing your truth and seeing your shadow, you have now been presented with the opportunity to integrate. Right? For some of you, this is like, you know, you were feeling childlike again. You were trying to express, you know, wondering, you know, if the people around you appreciate your emotions, or maybe there was something with appreciation going on. For some of you, you're about to get pregnant. I'm just saying, y'all about to have a baby. And congratulations for those of you that are going through that experience. And if you were feeling like a little bit scared because maybe you had a hard time before, either getting pregnant or with pregnancy, or just because maybe a lot of fears. I mentioned about walking through the valley of death with no fears. It could have been that you were experiencing a lot of fears, and then you got into this like dark night of the soul, and when you was there, you was like, man, fuck this shit. You was really facing your fears, and you came out of there, and like now you're like, nah, and there's the only question of it's almost like it's a question, but it's an affirmation of like, I'm not gonna let this shit even touch my child. I'm not even gonna let this shit, like, the world around me. It's a form of protection and nurturance here. And if it's not you with a physical child, it could be that you take care, or you have a journey with children, other people's children, so protecting other people's children. There's that as well. And there's a lot of things collectively coming up to the forefront in regards to like children. So I would definitely say, like, if you are like one of those prayer warriors, I would say obviously like keep praying for yourself and your family, but also put prayers out for the children, the innocent children in this world here, for that added protection. And I do feel like a lot of justice is going to be served when it comes down to that area. But there is a need to know that whatever experiences we were experiencing the last few like years, this is not what you're going to be experiencing moving forward. Excuse the background noise. I'm also getting Durga. Okay, so there could be a lot of work with Hindu goddess, because I'm also getting like Durga's energy. What's interesting is that we're in the year of the dragon, and the opposite animal with the dragon is the tiger, and we have a tiger here, but why is that important? Maybe some of y'all are really into the Chinese zodiac astrology and the animals, and you're like maybe taking it a little bit too hard on yourself about the like what it was foreseen with the tigers. And there's a need to like reevaluate your thought processes and remember that like you are more than just the zodiac. You are more than just the animals. You are more than what you even imagine yourself to be. And that is why there's a stretching in the heart space and in your auric field. But for a lot of you, this is children. Children spirits, a lot of new soul, a lot of other ancient souls coming through. All right, y'all. Opportunity knocks, go for it. That's a direct green light. That is a direct green light. Go for it. I'm going to put these cards back and I'm going to go into the next sign because I really felt like that's... I'm just going to keep repeating myself and I don't want to repeat myself. So we're going to go into what's after...